Hello and welcome to Acoustic Review. My name's Ben Morgan Brown and today I'm looking at the 517E Builder's Edition from Taylor Guitars. The 517E is one of Taylor's new Grand Pacific guitars, a round-shouldered dreadnought that was introduced at NAMM 2019. And this particular model is the Builder's Edition, which features several upgrades not available on the standard models. The 517E Builder's Edition features a solid torrefied Sitka spruce top, solid mahogany back and sides, a mahogany neck with a West African ebony fingerboard and a compound carved profile, a scale length of 25.5 inches, and a black Graphtec nut with a width of 1.75 inches, a West African ebony bridge with Makata saddle, and the entire guitar is finished in Taylor's silent satin finish. The guitar comes with Taylor's own ES2 pickup system and includes a Western floral hardcase and has an RRP in the UK of £3,179. I've already reviewed a couple of Taylor's V-braced guitars, but this is the first guitar to be designed from the ground up to feature the V-bracing and to have not existed in a previously X-braced version. A lot of the marketing from Taylor is referencing a more vintage feel and tone to this guitar, so I'm really interested to see how the round-shouldered dreadnought design and the V-bracing combine to achieve that. So let's have a listen to the guitar now, and then come back afterwards for my thoughts. My first impression of the guitar is that the Wild Honeyburst looks gorgeous. The particular model that we have here has some very interesting silking on the top, and I don't know if the torrefaction process is added to that, but it really is a very beautifully understated looking guitar. Grabbing it out of the very country and western floral case, I also noticed the guitar has a very light and balanced feel to it, which is something that is always welcome and, in my experience, bodes well for a good sounding instrument. As I said, the guitar is understated but beautiful. The woods used for the top, back and sides are a very high grade, and I also really like the use of wood for the binding as well, which does give the guitar a more natural look than some other offerings from Taylor. As I've come to expect from Taylor, the build quality and fit and finish is fantastic, with a flawless build inside and out. In fact, it's probably as close to perfect as any modern built guitar can be. My first thought about the tone of this guitar is that it's a little less forward than some other Taylors I've played. There's still shimmer and clarity there, but the mids seem to my ear to be a bit drier and a bit less brassy in the upper mids than the other models in their range. The bass is focused, it's not boomy at all, and the mids, though forward, are very woody. And I think the trebles are also quite thick, particularly when played fingerstyle. Overall, it's a very musical sounding guitar with an inspiring and balanced tone from top to bottom. The ES2 pickup does a fair job of representing the unplugged tone of the guitar, particularly on fingerpicking. On strumming, I felt that there was a slight scrapiness in the upper mids, although this was easily fixed with EQ, and I think ultimately the ES2 provides a workable sound that at the very least represents the dynamics of your playing much better than some other pickups on the market. The guitar ships with medium gauge strings and with a slightly higher action than some other Taylors I've played, but even so it still plays great. The neck profile is very comfortable and the rolled edges of the fingerboard make for a very smooth and relaxed playing experience. The soft edges of the body and the satin finish make for a very tactile instrument, and the slope-shouldered body shape means it's very comfortable to play even though it's not a particularly small guitar. I think this guitar would be a great all-rounder for anybody wanting a slightly less modern take on the Taylor tone. Singer-songwriters, players in bands, soloists, I think many players in many different styles would find that this guitar would suit their music well. To my ear, it's a very versatile instrument that covers a lot of ground, and I think I'd go as far to say that if you really loved it, this could be your only guitar for a variety of musical projects. At £3,179, but available at a slightly less street price, this guitar sits in the middle of Taylor's price range, significantly more expensive than some of their offerings, but also a lot less expensive than their top-end models. Looking at similar guitars from the other big US brands, they all seem to be around this price point. And although it's still a large amount of money for most of us, I think it's fair to say that this is the sort of guitar that could last a lifetime and could very well be your one and only. So, looking at other guitars in the market, I think it is fairly priced. I can't find anything to fault on this guitar, and I certainly can't think of anything that I would change. I love the way it looks, I love the way it plays, and I really love the sound as well. And I think for anyone looking at a guitar at this price point, well, the 517E Builder's Edition from Taylor Guitars is definitely a guitar that you should be looking at. I hope you've enjoyed this video from Acoustic Review. Please subscribe and follow us on social media to be kept up to date with new videos, and I look forward to seeing you again next time.